got another story, and this is about the most awesome UK fans ever. Now, this was told to me by, I believe, Ray Biggerstaff. Ray Biggerstaff is not from Martin County. Uh, he was there for the war on poverty that happened in Martin County. Was considered the poorest white county in the nation, and LBJ had landed there, which is another side story. Why I joined the Marine Corps, had landed in Martin County and saw the Fletcher man and did his thing there in county and became famous. And so this war on poverty started in Martin County, Kentucky, and that's why Ray was there. He was a social worker or something like that. Anyway, so this is mostly about Johnny Callahan. Now, Johnny Callahan owned the Callahan Funeral Home, and Johnny was probably one of the better drivers that I've ever seen or ever heard of. And people say, "What?" This is when ambulances were kept at the funeral home. They would have their hearse, and they would have a hearse-looking ambulance, and I remember that's how you got to the hospital back in those days, and there wasn't very good roads at all. So anyway, Johnny was a good driver, and this is kind of a little backstory to what's going to happen. See, Johnny and he liked PBR, and Ray Biggerstaff and Billy Ray Cassidy, who used to play for the University of Kentucky. And there's a gentleman right beside the old Inez grade school that used to own a hardware store. I forgot his name. He's a former Marine. I'm getting old. I can't remember it. Anyway, if somebody knows that name who owned that hardware store beside the Inez, please put it in the comments so we know. Anyway, these 4 or 5 gentlemen were sitting around playing poker on a Saturday night, I guess, or Friday night, whatever it was. And Johnny's drinking. They had some PBRs, and so Billy Ray Cassidy showed up, and they sat down and says, guess what? I've got these tickets here to this game. I just received this in the mail, and it's too late to get there to this ball game. And Johnny goes, "What do you mean?" Because they were listening to the radio to like the pre-show to the game. Now, people don't understand Eastern Kentucky folks and the love of UK. I had a doctor friend of mine said he used to do some side work in hospitals in Eastern Kentucky. He went to a barber shop, and they had this big cardboard cutout of a UK player, and it was just life size. And they would speak to it as like he was there. It's phenomenal. UK fans are fanatics, couch burners, you name it. They are fanatical fans. So anyway, these guys are all fans. And so Johnny says, "What do you mean you got tickets?" I says, "That's too late now." John says, "No, it ain't." Johnny got the ambulance, put somebody in the cot, somebody in the back, somebody beside him in the seat, and they drove at God knows how fast all the way from Inez, Kentucky to Lexington, Kentucky, and pulled in there like the Blues Brother and parked right in front because everybody thought it was an ambulance, right? And went to the game. The guy did not need resuscitated. And I thought that was such a funny story and about people from our county. So if someone knows a gentleman who owned that hardware store, put down in the comments. It'd be interesting. So I hope everyone understands how fanatical Kentucky fans are. So have a good night.